Wall Street now warning of the Great Depression. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very, very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, this one's playing out big time right in front of our faces. Even for me, who's reported on this since this all took off, since this all was created, this artificial economy, this artificial housing market. Insane. I laugh at this stuff. I wrap my head around what I got to unpackage here, friends. Congratulations if you've stuck with this channel. If you're new, subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get forward thinking, critical thinking, centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron sharpens iron, friends. This is getting so crazy. So now we have mainstream media reporting on recession. Now depression is finding its way into mainstream media. The banking institutions, the financial institutions, Wall Street now reporting on it. And what it is, friends, it's just clearly obvious. When you have the one asset class you cannot overheat, the U.S. housing market, that is a massive blow to not only the U.S. economy, the global economy, because the U.S. housing market is the biggest asset class in the world. When we lose the U.S. housing market, which has happened before, most recently the Great Recession of 2008, when we lost the housing market, global ripples went through the markets. It was insane. It was insane. It was a deep cycle recession, job losses, insanity. In the Great Recession, though, we didn't have runaway inflation like we have now. This is insane. So what I've reported on, like I've said, when you have the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history, record speed to never seen before highs, that is alarming, my friends. Let me repeat. When you have not only do you find yourself in a bubble, when it happens virtually overnight in record time, the FOMO, the over asking price offers at crazy levels, when you have that happen to never seen before highs, and it reverses course even quicker, that is insane, my friends. That is very, very alarming. So what we have to understand, friends, is anytime that happens, it's going to have recession risk. Here's the alarming part, which we're going to read, again, a subscriber sent this in. Thank you to everybody who subscribes and continues to send stuff in. Do my best to look at as much as I can and use it wherever I can. Wall Street now reporting on not only a recession, a Great Depression style numbers. And what it's showing us, friends, is we've never seen the housing market display this type of behavior since the Great Depression. And I believe they're still minimizing the severity of it as we examine this article. I believe they're minimizing the severity of it for a couple reasons. For one, they have financial exposure. For two, there's financial gain. You have investors and all kinds of people you're trying to cater to. So it's very hard and this happened in 2008, by the way. We had a lot of financial institutions minimizing the severity. They're willing to report that it was a bubble. They're willing to report that we're in a recession, but they weren't willing to report on the severity of what we were up against. And that's why this channel is so very, very important as we ring the bell and sound the alarm. Read between the lines and look between the cracks and examine the health of the U.S. housing market, because like I've said before, and I've already probably said it in this video, if we lose it, we're going to lose everything. We cannot lose the U.S. housing market. That's the one thing they should never have let get out of hand. They kicked the can too far down the road when they dropped those interest rates and made agents essential workers in a health crisis to stimulate an economy. As soon as they saw that runaway train, that two-headed monster they were unwilling to put back in the cage, should have lifted interest rates right away. They didn't. And now we're in this massive, massive mess. Let's read this article, then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started.
Scott,
I've been following your channel for a little over a year, and I can't thank you enough for helping me stay grounded during the FOMO mania. Below is a link to an article that I think very much aligns with what you've been saying. Wall Street, U.S. housing market to see second biggest home price decline since the Great Depression. National home price declines are uncommon, but it does occur on occasion. It happened in the early 80s and again in the early 90s, but most notably the years following the 2008 housing crash. That said, sharp home price declines are incredibly rare. Only the Great Depression and the Great Recession saw nationwide home prices fall in the double digits range. The article goes on to say, Morgan Stanley, U.S. home prices fall 7%. Goldman Sachs, U.S. home prices to fall 5 to 10%. Fitch ratings, U.S. home prices to fall 10 to 15%. And I actually think they're being a little bit too conservative here. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there we go. Another example for people who like to see that kind of stuff. It's insane to me. This is insanity, doing the same thing over expecting a different result every single time. We found ourselves in a real estate bubble. They have always crashed. We just did the same thing over, expecting a different result. This time is different, Scott. The last bubble was created due to loose lending. The loans are much stronger in today's housing bubble. Yeah, you're right. This time is different. It's worse. This one is worse because it was artificially created. Market manipulation at its highest levels ever seen. So no shock when you start to see reports of potentially a Great Depression. These are numbers that we haven't seen since the Great Depression, the declines into the housing market, the record speeds that it's reversing. This is insane. We need to buckle up and strap in and insulate ourselves to expect the unexpected, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That way, hopefully, you come out somewhere in the middle. We're less blindsided and paralyzed by fear. We can operate more efficiently within it. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history is going to have its blowback. There's no escaping that one. Acknowledge the elephant in the room. Tail end of a crisis, front end of a recession. Buckle up and strap in. I've reported on this before. I believe by this time next year, we're talking about the foreclosure crisis. Why? Because every single time a housing market has displayed the behavior it's displaying now, a reverse course, natural progression is a foreclosure crisis will follow. The people most exposed are the people that bought in the height of the euphoria. The areas that are most exposed are the areas that overbuilt, trying to chase the dollar. We're going to see those fractures happen, but we're also going to see contagion be a bigger component in this bubble as we're much more digitally connected in this bubble than we were in the last one. So the contagion will spread a lot quicker. I want you guys to all understand the waters we're swimming in. It's serious stuff. I'm going to continue to ring the bell and sound the alarm and let you guys know what's coming so I can protect as many of you as possible. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on and supported I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It would be our honor and our privilege to do so. Watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.